Welcome back, folks. In this video, I want to talk a little about order flow, okay, and how price trades from one PD array to another PD array. A PD array simply stands for a premium or discount matrix, okay? A matrix or an array is simply a list of PD arrays, okay? PD arrays meaning ICT signatures, fair value gaps, order blocks, breaker blocks, mitigation blocks, even swing highs and swing lows. They are also PD arrays, okay? So if we look at a daily chart of gold, what we can see here is the market has come into a premium PD array, right? A premium PD array is this bearish fair value gap on the way up, okay? Not only has the market come in to this bearish fair value gap, which is a premium PD array, but the market has also taken this swing high, okay? That is also a premium PD array, and we refer to that as external range liquidity because that is a swing high, okay? Now, from that level, we in VIP were biased to the downside. Prior to that level, VIP was biased to the upside, targeting that level there, 27.20. You can have a look at my previous weekly analysis videos where I talk about all of this that I've just explained, okay? So in my last analysis video, I mentioned that we would be targeting these liquidity pools on the downside, and I mentioned that we would be going down to 2600, which we have now achieved, right? So in VIP, we shorted that move down. And we didn't capture the entire move. In VIP, we trade in both directions, okay? But majority of our setups are in alignment with the higher time frame objective, okay? Now, once we've achieved that higher time frame objective, what has the market done? The market has now come down into this discount, right, on the bottom end. So discount is a fair value gap below the market, okay? So we've gone from premium, okay, swing high and bearish fair value gap, down to a bullish fair value gap, right, on the lower end of that range. And therefore, we've gone from premium to discount, okay? Now, from that level, VIP have been long the market. And I showed you some of those positions in a video I posted yesterday, right? That was Friday. We were long. On Friday, our directional bias was to the long side after coming down to this discount PD array earlier in the week. And so our target, which we've now met, is the premium PD array. So again, we are moving, that's what I want you to learn here, we are moving from PD array to PD array. So basically from premium PD arrays to discount PD arrays and vice versa. And that's what the market essentially does, okay? The market essentially moves for two objectives. Either it's seeking inefficiency, right, in the opposing end, or liquidity in the opposing end, okay? And when we look at a high time frame, we can use the PD arrays as an idea of where the next draw on liquidity may be, okay? So VIP, as I showed in a video yesterday, have been long this market up to 2627 or 2630, essentially coming into that bearish fair value gap, which is a premium, after coming into discount PD array, okay? So I now want to move to a lower time frame, right, and talk about this is, okay, before I do that, what I want to show you is some of the trades and how students engaged with price on that move up, not on Friday's price action. I've already spoken about Friday's price action in a video I did yesterday. I want to talk about let me jump to a shorter time frame. I want to talk about when we started to long this market, okay? So in VIP, let me turn off these sessions just to make this less busy on the screen. Okay, so this move down, which was part of FOMC on Wednesday, this is after the New York session, this was 2 p.m. FOMC push down, okay? That was the move I had forecasted in my previous weekly analysis where I said we'll be going below, where our target was 2600, okay, just below 2600. Okay, go and watch that previous weekly analysis video, which we've now met. So once that was established, VIP will basically long this market the day after, right? We long this market up to our target here. That was a very nice move that many students caught, okay? And I have mentioned this in part of my video yesterday, a move where we caught hundreds of pips, okay? Where on a very consistent and regular basis, VIP students are hitting 75 to 100 pips on a daily basis, right? That's a great achievement, okay? And it's based on all the different learnings within VIP and all the different, the guidance that has been provided to VIP on those days, okay? Now, what I want you to look at, I want to show you this move up to this target, okay? I'm going to show you a couple of the charts posted in the VIP group of the student trades, okay? So here is what I typically post at the start of the day. I will give students some guidance, okay? So here I'm giving them some guidance on the direction going up to 2627, right? That's that level that I've just shown you previously on the live chart, and give them some guidance on what we're looking for as an entry, okay? In this case, I've marked out the bullish order block, that's 3 down candles, 45-minute dump, okay? And I'm giving them ideas on setups, right? Sometimes, as I said in my video yesterday, I will provide them the exact entry and protective stop and target to reach for, but most of the time I want them, right, to figure it out for themselves with some guidance. And then I come in at various times and make sure they are on the right track, right? It's all about teaching students, right, how to fish, not giving them the fish. And that's what's making them successful. You'll see that now. I'm going to show you some of their successes from this day, from that information. Now, this is just an image, but when I've posted this, I've given them more instructions on what to look for, okay? So I will now show you some of their results. So I'm just going to scroll down and let's look at some of the things. Okay, so here's a trade that I closed out. So as I said, when I'm trading, I will put in the group chat my entries and when I take those exits. So here's a student, okay? And now he's already taken his trade, okay? So beautiful entry, exactly from or near the entry that I'd marked out, okay? And this student also was able to correctly identify the discount, right? The discount PD array to trade off of, okay? So great job from that student. And this is what I expect my students to do, to paste their charts in the group chat where I can review and make sure they are on track, and also to give other students ideas and confidence in the setups. Okay, so just scrolling down. Now, sometimes as the day evolves, I will do deep dive videos to make sure students understand in more depth the setup and the overall direction and what I'm looking for, okay? And that includes how I've traded that particular market on that particular day, okay? And often that's from a question. If I see common questions coming up, then I'll often record a video for that specific setup or that specific day to discuss entries that I've taken, exits, and how I've managed that trade, where I've taken profit, and any questions that need to be answered as part of that price action on that day. Okay, so as the day evolves, different questions come up, different setups come up. Traders are trying to engage with price on their demo account in different ways, and they may have questions on protective stops, on entries, or take profit levels, or overall direction. And so that's where I'll jump in, either answer it in the group chat, or I'll create a separate video to answer that, okay, in more depth. So as we scroll down, you can see I'm posting throughout the day. We're on this group chat all day, right? In VIP, I'm on there all day and trading every session every day. And then based on students' availability, they'll jump in and they'll trade a session that works for them based on my guidance. Okay, so here is a great trade from a student who's entered. They can see beautiful trade, small stop, big profits. You can see the green. Okay, great entry based on that setup. And I'll often provide feedback to students as they post their charts. So this was positive feedback on this student. He did great entry and that was a great trade in alignment with the higher time frame objective. Okay, this is another student locked in 120 pips just on his single trade. Okay, so he's done very well. And I absolutely love when my students are understanding what I'm teaching them and engaging with price and getting positive results. Right? I live for that. Okay, there's nothing better for me than to see my students succeed. And all of my students, right, that have been with me for a while have now reached a level where I believe they are understanding the setups. There's more to learn, and we are always going to be students of the market. Okay, but I can see that students through my teachings and by watching me trade live, right, by watching me trade every day, every session, they are understanding how to engage with price, albeit on their own demo or paper trading account, okay, while they're learning, okay? Now, let's just scroll down. So here is a question from a student. He's put up a chart and he's asking me for feedback, and I've provided that feedback. So I'll often do as much as I can for my students. If they take the time to mark up their charts and have questions on certain setups or what they see in the chart, I will do whatever I can to make sure that I've answered their questions, because I want them to succeed. That's what this script's all about. It's about them engaging with price, trying to get all their questions answered, engaging with price in a live market, because anybody can come back in hindsight and say, yeah, I would have traded this at that time, I would have had this as that entry, I would have had this as a stop loss, I would have had this as a profit. But when we're doing it live, that's when the confusion arises, right? And that's when you need to be able to identify those setups when you're watching the market live. And what we do in VIP, right, is students are engaging with price live. And then if they have questions, because there's a lot of confusion, because setups are not going to be the same all the time, right? The market makers will always vary the setups. And so my job in VIP is to help my students understand the setups, right? So if they are looking at the setup and they can't identify the setup clearly, I want them to ask me the questions so I can make it clear for them so that they can identify those setups in real time in the future, okay? Now, as we go on, this, I'm letting them know that we've met our target, right? That was set to 6, what that is, 262. The target was 2627. I think we got to 262.6.50 from memory, okay? But this here was the target, right? That level there. All from right down the bottom here. That was the setup, if you recall that first image I showed you, right? Over 300 pips. Now, that doesn't mean students capture that entire, but you can see they've captured 100 pips, 150 pips, 120 pips. It varies from student to student. And I teach them to lock in profits. There's no need to wait for that ultimate target. Not even I wait for the ultimate target, right? So as we scroll down, this is another student, okay, who they've just described how they've entered, right? And they've popped in their chart, okay, it's a good entry as well. This is another lesson from me, another deep dive session. So sometimes I'll do multiple videos to clarify entries. Okay, here's another student. They've closed their trade. They've taken a short trade, counter trend, locked in 60 pips. Okay, here's another student taking a counter trend short trade. You can see it's a nice move down. So they've captured a nice movement there. Okay. And then I've given them more advice, more guidance. Okay. So I'm posting here all day. Students are posting here all day. We're learning collectively as a group. Okay. Just scrolling down, seeing what other students may have posted here. So this is what we do in VIP. We do this every single day. Okay. And students are engaging with price every single day. I'm watching them engage with price every single day. I'm creating more content for them based on how the day has evolved, based on that price action to clarify certain questions, certain confusions as traders have when they're monitoring price in real time. But more importantly, I'm looking at how my students are engaging with price, okay, and then providing them with feedback, right, and watching them as they are trading this based on their results, okay. So this should give you a bit more clarity on what we do inside of VIP, okay, and how collectively we are all learning from each other and how students are engaging with price on their demo or paper trading account. So here is another student who's been able to lock in 100 pips, okay, and that's what I expect from my students, at least 50 to 75 pips per day, okay. We'll look at broadening that and looking at how we can swing trade and have, trades that are not just intraday, but for now we are focusing on learning the setups and trying to capture high probability setups, okay. There is a setup in every session of at least 50 pips, and so I'm teaching students how they can lock in at least minimum 50 to 75 pips per day, because that's life changing. And what I'm finding is students are able to now, with the lessons and the teachings and watching me trade, are able to lock in on a very consistent basis at least 100 pips per day. Okay, now that's not every student. There's a learning curve, but students who have been with me for a while and they're at that level, and while there are other students who are still catching up. Okay, so when new students join, there's a learning curve. There's a bit of a time lapse until you get to know the setups and how to trade, and you learn by watching me, right? Once it clicks, which it does for everybody at some point, then that student is able to identify those setups on their own, okay? And then I just monitor how they're going and provide them with guidance, okay? So I just want to give you a bit of an idea of how students are engaging with price and how I'm mentoring those students in the program and working with them, how we collectively share our trade ideas, and then we look at each other's trade ideas and charts, and I'll provide feedback, okay, and answer questions. And that means maybe I need to do a few videos or provide more content, maybe more lessons, and that's how this community grows and learns from each other. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to continue the discussion of discount to premium. I've now moved down to a 1 minute chart. Okay, this is now price action from Friday after the London session has closed. This is in the gap time between London and New York. Okay, we can see price is moving down. So what do we have here? We have a sequence of up candles. Okay, and this up candle is our bearish order block. Okay, we start to move down. And what's important is you want to see fair value gaps form, right? That tells you the market is ready to move in that direction, okay? Now, I typically wait for price to move back up into some kind of premium PDRA like this fair value gap. So what we saw on the daily chart is replicated in lower time frames, okay? So that there is a entry to go short on this 1 minute time frame, okay? What do we see? We see market continues to go down, right? Then pump up into another premium PDRA, right? That bearish fair value gap is a premium PDRA that we can now either add to our existing position at that point, let me just clean this up, okay, or create a new position to short from that PDRA. But you've got to understand, where is the market going? What's it reaching for, right? So again, we have nice reaction, okay, we move down, okay, from that PDRA. And what is the market doing? Well, it's going from premium to discount. So this here is premium, okay, and this here yellow shaded box is the discount, which over here is a 1 hour fair value gap, right? So you've got to be aware of your higher time frame fair value gaps, okay? Now that there is a counter trend short trade. So sometimes students will take counter trend short trades, as I've shown you, right? But they are typically 50 to 60 pips, which is still a great number of pips, right? You only need 50 pips on a consistent basis to change your life, okay? I've got a student who only trades up to 50 pips, trades 1 or 2 sessions a day, locks in his 50 pips and walks away, okay? Does that every single day. So here we're again going from premium, okay, and the market is crawling down, right? Another premium, crawling down, another premium, down to this higher time frame discount. So you've got to be aware, where is the market headed? Even on a small, shorter time frame, the market will seek a discount or premium, okay? The algorithm will try and seek that discount or premium. And you got to be aware of where are the higher time frame fair value gaps that the market will want to come down into to try and rebalance or offer institutions and other large funded traders opportunity to consume long positions, right, to accumulate, okay? So now I want to jump to a next high level time frame, okay? So when we're looking at the market, as I've explained on this chart, let's jump to a daily chart, and we have a draw on liquidity, right? So Friday, clear draw on liquidity is this premium PDRA after earlier in the week we've come into this discount, right? So once we have that draw on liquidity, the best time to trade gold is in the New York session. Okay, ICT says 7 a.m. onwards is the ICT kill zone. Right now, let's jump to a 5-minute chart. Okay, now here we can see that this is New York. Okay, you can see it's consolidation, but here this here is London consolidation. Okay, and this here is New York. Right, the best time to trade gold is New York. Now, I trade and VIP trade all sessions. We have found opportunities that meet our criteria. We call them high probability setups in all sessions. Now, sometimes it doesn't occur. So in London on Friday, we didn't get a setup, okay, because of just consolidation. And essentially that was the accumulation, then the manipulation, okay, and then the real move, right? Now, in my classroom, inside of VIP, I have a section where we have different modules, and I have a section right here for what those high probability setups are. These are chart examples from my own trading within VIP, right, real world trade executions, as well as a number of videos showing multiple days where we have executed on those specific high probability setups. Every time we have a high probability setup that's nice and clean and I want to post here, I'll add it into the module as a reference. And what I try to do is keep this up to date with most recent trades so that the students can learn with the most recent price action, not from weeks and months and years of old setups, right? These modules are updated whenever we see something that fits in a module. I'll put it in there so that it remains up to date with the most recent price action. Okay, so coming back to New York, on Friday, we are simply looking for any ICT bullish signature until our liquidity pool is engaged, right? Remember, on the daily chart, all we're looking for is market to enter into this premium PDRA. And so the target for VIP on Friday was 2627 or 2630, all the way from the start of the day, which was Asia. So that was a beautiful move. I've already shown you in my video yesterday my results, and now now I'm just walking you through how you could have traded that by identifying the draw on liquidity. Okay, so if I jump back down to that 5-minute chart, as I said, the best time to trade gold is in New York. Okay, and all you're looking for until that liquidity pool is engaged is bullish ICT signatures, either bullish fair value gaps or bullish order blocks. Okay, so we did have a news announcement at 8:30, so you may want to wait for that news announcement. Okay, so this is the news announcement. Okay, it's going through and it's taking this sell side, which is, sorry, buy side liquidity, these highs, okay, which is obvious because you can see there's some very, very clean equal highs there, okay, and so it's no surprise that the algorithm has targeted those highs where everybody has tried to short, okay, and that sell side liquidity pool has yet to be engaged. So even if the market was going to go lower, it would first attack that prior to going lower. But we have a higher time frame objective. Well, we've already come into discount pricing on a daily time frame and expecting the market to move higher because it should now be targeting a premium PDRA, meaning that bearish fair value gap on the daily chart. So we can safely assume that we're moving higher, and this liquidity pool simply confirms a direction prior to the news. But as I said, you don't have to, and I discourage trading in front of the news. You can wait, and I'm going to show you how easy this would have been, right, given what I've just taught you and shown you on the draw on liquidity for Friday. Okay, so you can see here, once the news has been released, this is 8:30. Okay, this here is 9 a.m. So half an hour has passed, right? News has now settled. That volatility from that news announcement has by far settled. Okay, what do we have? We have these two down candles are our bullish order block. Okay, when price moves back above, you can see as price has moved above, it's leaving a fair value gap. Now, I've spoken about this many times. This is nothing new. I'm just reinforcing the lesson. And VIP know all about this, and they're trading and engaging with price based on all these principles. Okay, but the difference in VIP is that we are getting a sniper entries on 1 minute time frame. Okay, which is what I have taught them in regards to what I refer to as a high probability setup, okay, at specific times. Secondly, they are watching me trade as well. I'm telling them where I'm getting in and out, right? So they have that guidance and they can have their questions answered while they're watching price live. So they're kind of the differences between, you know, what you see here on YouTube, because this is after the fact, and what VIP has access to, which is me, to be able to guide them live while price is moving. Okay, so these up candles form a bullish fair value gap, and as price comes down, that is discount, right? Right there is your entry to long this market, right, in that fair value gap, as well as these two down candles. That forms a bullish ICT signature, and it's after the news. It's within New York, which is the best time to trade gold, okay, and it's inside of that new hour, 9 a.m., right? Let's follow this. Now, these two down candles are now a bullish order block, okay? So these two down candles now at 9:30, which is when the US equities market opens, right? It's a beautiful time to trade gold, okay? Gold will typically move at 9:30, right, or 10 a.m., okay? Can also move at other times, but this is when the majority of the institutional traders and large fund traders engage in price on gold. These two down candles are coming into these two down candles, which are, right, our bullish order block, okay? So here, inside this 9:30 candle is another opportunity to go long, right? These two down candles coming into these two down candles, right? Now, let's see, again, same principle. We move up, we close above with fair value gaps. 10 a.m., another key time. move down into fair value gap, and these two down candles are our bullish order block. We can enter at any of these bullish ICT signatures, so long as we haven't engaged the liquidity pool that we were targeting, which is 2627 or 2630, that premium PDRA, okay, which is also the previous daily high for Friday. So Friday's previous daily high is Thursday's high, okay, and that is where that fair value gap was formed on the daily time frame, okay. Now, even if you entered in this last opportunity, right, at 10 a.m., this is 10 a.m., right, even if you entered right there, you missed this entry, you missed this entry, you missed this entry, but you entered here at 10 a.m., which is the last time that I would trade gold, right, anywhere between 8:30 or 9 a.m. or 9:30 or 10 a.m., they're kind of my key times, okay, but after that, I won't be looking for a long entry. Even if you entered right there at 10 a.m., the last opportunity, you still would have been able to lock in, right, up to 2630, which was the target, more than 100 pips, right, even if you just targeted just right there, which is the previous daily high, you didn't even wait for price to go beyond that, it's close to 100 pips, right? So it's not difficult, folks. The difficulty that you are experiencing is you're not able to identify these in real time. That's your only challenge, okay? And you're not able to identify the draw on liquidity, okay? Most retail traders will be thinking this has already moved too much and we should be shorting, right? Now, most retail traders, I'll tell you right now what they will be thinking, right? Let's say they were looking at price here, okay? They would be thinking that we've got a change in state of delivery with these two down candles coming down, and we have relative equal lows, and they'll be looking for short down there, okay? But that's where VIP comes in, because we are talking about this as price is moving live. More importantly, before any of this has even printed, before New York has printed, before London has printed, and even before Asia has printed, I've given them the draw on liquidity, okay, and where targets are. And if they can get in early on in Asia, I've given them what that setup at the start of the day is, right? So on the 20th, I've given them this target here, looking for 2627, okay? So I just wanted to give you a little bit more about how to use PDRAs, right? You got to remember that price is always moving from one PDRA to the next PDRA, okay? And I also just want to give you a bit of insight in how in VIP we collectively learn, and I wanted to show you some of these successful trades just from the last couple of days, just from this week in VIP, and I'll do some more videos to show you more of their successes, right? They are succeeding and able to achieve these results, 50, 60, 70, 100 pips every trade or every day at least, on a very consistent basis. I can go back to any day and show you it, okay? So this is not the weekly analysis video. I'll do a separate video, right, before the next session, which is Asia, Monday. I'll post a weekly analysis video to talk about where is gold headed from here. Hope the video is useful. I invite you to join the VIP group. Now, some of you are saying that you can't afford it. Well, that's why you have to join, right? You have to take action, folks. You need to invest in yourself. Now, I gave you the opportunity a few months ago to join at the launch price, and many students took up that offer and have paid $497 for 12 months of access. So now you have a similar opportunity, right? You can pay the current lowest price, $197 per month, or $897 for the year and get 12 months access, right? Again, this is me letting you know prior to the price increase next year, okay? You have to take action and invest in yourself if you want your circumstances to change, right? And it doesn't take you long, folks. It's a monthly fee. You don't have to stay there for the whole year, but I guarantee you that you will receive more value, right? More value than your subscription fee. Come in for a couple of months, right? Learn the setups. Watch me trade. Watch VIP students trade, okay? Learn how we trade and engage with price on a daily basis. And then if you think you have got it, then you can trade on your own, okay? That's the opportunity. So I invite you to lock in this current low price, pay in advance, get 12 months access. It only costs you $897, okay? And that means your price is then locked forever. You can stay on that price forever, so long as you maintain your membership, right? If you wait, well, then you're going to have to pay the higher price, okay? And there's a lot more value coming into VIP. I've mentioned this previously. We are going to be looking at other Forex signals. These are actual signals, okay? We are introducing a tool that's going to forecast future price movement on 100 pairs, right? These are majors and some of the cross pairs, like pound yen, for example, is a cross pair, okay? You want to take advantage of those tools that are coming. They are almost ready to be published here for VIP, okay? The development is almost done. Probably somewhere in January, end of January, maybe early February, we'll be ready to release that tool, okay? But early next year, I'm going to be providing signals on all the major Forex pairs, like pound, Aussie, euro, pound yen, and all these different cross pairs, like USD, JPY, USD, Swiss, right? And so there's a lot of value coming into the VIP group, okay? So again, I invite you to join while you can this side of the year, right, in 2024. This is the lowest price you'll ever see, $197 per month, okay? Or you can pay up front, $897, and that'll get you 12 months of access, because next year in January, the price per month for new members will be $497 per month, okay? Hope the video is useful. I will now talk with you in a future video.